Okay, this is SP1 Training 3. Thank you guys for watching these videos. It will help you with what you're doing. Stay engaged. Watch these videos. They'll really help you as you try to go out and be really successful. Today, I want to talk a little bit more about sales training. Last video, I talked a lot more about success training, how to be successful. More what I want to talk about today is more of sales training. Some of the things, and I'm not going to give you the scripts because scripts are changing all the time. Your script may be changing all the time. But I want to go through some of these principles and talk about some of the things. Number one, I just said scripts will be changing, and they will. But that doesn't mean that you don't have to have one. Number one thing is with a script, one, have one. Make it perfect. Memorize it. Okay? I can't stress this enough in the beginning. You have to have a script. You have to feel like it's going to work every single time. And you got to memorize it. I run into a lot of reps who don't want to memorize a script because they feel like it takes away from their genuineness. They feel like it makes them sound like a robot. Guys, that couldn't be any further from the truth. When you have a memorized script, you don't have to focus on your words. All you have to focus on is the customer, the person that you're talking to. That's what's important in sales. See, I can have a memorized pitch and I can be talking to a customer, but I can be reading their body language. I can be looking around for things that I might share in common with them. When you have a memorized script, you can actually think about the things that are important when you're selling. I can't stress it enough, guys. Get a script, make it perfect, make it one that you love, you think is amazing, and memorize the crap out of that. That's one of the things I did. If you watched my first video, one of the things that took me from selling 0 to selling 3 my first day was a memorized pitch. And I've always had a memorized pitch since then, and it's the same every single time. The other thing that's important about a script is if you're making changes, you want to make that change in your script. And you don't want to change 5 things at a time. You want to change 1 thing at a time and test if that works. You know, maybe you have this new idea. Oh, I really want to try this new thing. Try 1 thing at a time. Don't try 3 different, 4 different, 5 things at a time. Get a memorized pitch, change 1 thing, see if it helps you sell better, and if it helps, great. And if it doesn't, go back to the original. That's what makes a really good salesman over time, is they're changing a little tweak here, a little tweak there. They're not going to go in and see, when you don't have something memorized, you are literally changing 30 things every single time. You have no clue whether that pitch even works because you're changing it every single time. Find a pitch, find one that works, and memorize it. Okay, that's number 1. Number 2, I want to talk about a concept that I call 8-3-3-3. Okay? These numbers are important. They're very, very important, and you have to know your numbers. Knowing your numbers is very, very, very important. I'm going to go through what each of these numbers is, and I'm actually going to do it on the next sheet because I have a lot to write. 8-3-3. 8. The first number 8 talks to the amount of homeowners without solar that you need to talk to every day. So 8 is the number that I used to use when I was doing Dish Network and DirecTV. I had to find in my day 8 people. For me to be successful in sales, I had to find 8 people a day. Oh, I did the numbers wrong anyways. 8 people in a day that I could sell Dish Network to every single day. Now, I was selling in the country. I wasn't selling in the city. I was selling in the middle of the country where I'm driving home to home. So finding 8 homeowners in a day can be homeowners with Dish Network or DirecTV. That can be kind of difficult in a day. For you guys here knocking in the city, really what we've seen is in an 8-hour shift, most of our guys can be at about 25 possible homeowners in a day. Okay, that's where most of our guys are going to be, right around 3 to 4 an hour. 3 an hour. Okay, the second number, and I wrote 833, but don't remember those numbers because those are wrong. The second number is the number of times you got through a full presentation. Okay? The number of times you got through a full presentation. So if you talk to 25 homeowners in a day, of those 25 homeowners, how many people were you able to full pitch? Guys, this number, really, you want this to be in the 20s. 20, you don't want to lose a huge percentage point here. This is one of the biggest places I see a lot of people lose a lot of money, is they'll talk to 25 homeowners, but they'll full pitch 5 of them. That's very hard to make money in door-to-door sales if that's what you're running into. 25 and then only full pitching 5 of them. But if you're doing 25 and you're full pitching 20, you're gonna make a lot of money doing this. I promise you, because your pitch would have to be friggin' atrocious for you to not make money on full pitching 20 people. Now, what we're talking about is the concept of overcoming people's initial no. So people are going to have an initial no. I'm busy, I'm not interested, whatever that is, right? There's a few ways I want to talk about overcoming that in this exercise. For me, when I was not Condition Network and DirecTV, and I'll give you 2 ways, kind of like a beginner way to do it, and then maybe a little bit more of an advanced way to do it. The beginner way to do that is to use a line that I like a lot, where I say, hey, here's the thing. So customer says, hey, I'm not interested. Oh, I totally understand you guys aren't interested. Here's the thing. I'm really not here to sell you guys anything. I just get credit for telling people what's going on in the neighborhood. If you guys decide to take an appointment from us, great. If not, that's okay too. But again, so I'm gonna do that one more time, because I probably wouldn't go that far into it. I just say, hey, oh, you guys aren't interested? Okay, great. Again, hey, I'm not really here to sell you guys anything. I just get credit for telling people what's going on in the neighborhood. It just takes me a few minutes. Does that sound fair? So you can end that with sound fair. Sound fair, and a lot of the time, people say, yeah, that sounds fair, especially if you sound confident. Now, if you're like, I don't know, we just get credit for being in the area, and does that sound fair? No, get out of here, right? Confidently, hey, does that sound, it just takes a few seconds. Does it sound fair? People will go, oh, sure, whatever. If that's not working for you guys, a better way to do that, but people sometimes struggle a little bit more with this, is to end that whole thing with, instead of sounding with a sound fair, we want to end that with a question. So we might sound something, hey, we're really not interested right now in what you guys are doing. Okay, awesome, that's totally cool. You might even say something like, okay, yeah, I totally understand. What, I'm like the 9th guy to knock on your door? Yeah, ha ha ha, right, yeah, cool. I totally get it. Here's the thing though, I'm really not here to sell you guys anything. I just get credit for telling people what's going on in the neighborhood. And what we're doing is totally different than what those other guys have been talking about. What they're doing versus what we're talking is totally different. And again, I just get credit for telling people what's going on in the neighborhood. Real quick, how much are you guys paying on your power bill? So you want to end that with a question. So the customer is going to go, oh, I don't know, we're paying like $100 a month. Or they might be even more stingy than that, and they might say, yeah, like I said, I'm really not interested. Yeah, I totally understand. Like I said, I'm really not here to sell you guys anything. I just get credit for telling people what's going on in the neighborhood. How long you guys lived here in the home? I might go through that 5 times before someone's like, whatever, and gives in and listens to my product. One thing that I really believe, guys, and this is my own personal belief, people that care about people make sure that they full pitch everyone. People that care about themselves don't full pitch everyone. They selfishly only care about themselves because they're afraid of how they feel, right? What you guys are doing out there is extremely important. People, I mean, guys, the stories I've heard of people saving on solar. There was a lady that Dallin Ma, one of the guys who works here, sold the other day, who had like $6,000 in health debt, in health problems debt, right? No clue how she's going to pay for it. She's getting called every day about it. She's having tons of problems. What she did, she was able to go solar, take her solar incentive, apply that to her health benefits, and now pay a monthly payment on her solar loan and be okay. Like you have to know these people really do need your help. And a lot of them don't know they need your help right when you first knock the door. Selfish people don't full pitch. People who want to help people they full pitch. They do whatever it takes to, hey, look, it's going to take me a few minutes just to explain what kind of savings you can do with solar. Again, if it's not for you, it's not for you, but it's important that I at least just tell you what's going on in the neighborhood. Guys, I feel like that's my responsibility as a door-to-door salesman. It's my responsibility to make sure that everybody at least hears. I don't care if they say no. I don't care if they don't want an appointment. I really don't. But what I care about is that I give them the information that they need, that I feel they need, to make sure that like, there's no hurt in them knowing that the government is going to pay for it, and they're going to have 30% off, and they're going to be paying less than they're paying now, or they're going to get a year of free power. There's no harm in them knowing that information. I need to make sure that everybody I talk to has the information and that I work it all the way to the end of my pitch. Okay? So very important. Make sure you're full pitching everyone. I don't care what their excuses are. Now, again, I don't want to piss people off. If they're getting visibly angry, go ahead and leave. But for the most part, people are just giving you an initial no that they really don't care a whole lot about. So we want to just keep working on making sure that they at least get the information. You might just say that, look, here's the thing, is there's not a lot of harm in just me giving you the information. I'm really not trying to be a butthead or anything like that. I just think it's really important what I'm doing, and I really just want to give you the information. Take me 2 seconds. Here's just a quick slide. Let me show you my slide real quick. Hey, here's why people are going solar in your area right now. So, hey, we're going to be out here Monday and Tuesday. Which day is going to be better for you? And if they go, you know what, again, I say we're not interested. Hey, thank you very much. But at least I got my information out. And I got it out well. It's my job to get the information out and get it out well. Okay, let's move on. So the next number we're going to have is your number of sales or your number of appointments set, right? This number needs to be about 30% of whatever that number is. If you're full pitching 20 and selling 7, if you're selling 7, that's good. That's a good number. Really, those are the numbers, guys, that you should be looking for every single day. You should be looking to talk to 25 homeowners. You should be looking to make sure you full pitch 20 of them. And about 7 of them, 6 or 7 of them should take every single day. That should be about where your numbers range. Now, someday you're just going to hit it. You're going to be on fire. Everybody's saying yes just because you're feeling great. Things are going well for you. And maybe that number goes 25, 20, 13. I've seen it, right? Or maybe you're having a little bit of a bad day and it goes 25, 25. Right? But this is the numbers game that you should be playing every single day. You should know your numbers. If you don't know your numbers, if I ask you, hey, how many homeowners are you talking to a day? Right? And you go, oh, I don't know. I know you're not making money. If I ask you, how many times are you full pitching? And you go, oh, I don't know. Then I know you're not making money. You got to know your numbers. And the last number, so there's 4 numbers. How many homeowners? How many times you got through your full pitch? How many sales you got? And then lastly, the last number that you're going to have is how many actually sat down. Number that sat down. Honestly, guys, if you sold 7, 6 of those should sit. The way they're going to sit is a couple things. And people sitting down with the closers is all about how much they liked you, how much they trusted you. It's not about how much you sell them on solar. It's about how much they liked you, how much they trusted you, how much they felt that you cared about them. I mean, one guy that I felt was like the best at this is Joey Comish. His leads sat. And the reason they sat is because people loved Joey. They felt like Joey cared about them. They felt like what he was talking about was going to help them. They felt like he genuinely wouldn't do something for them that wasn't good for them. Right? And because they felt that way, they sat down on Joey's appointments every day. I had every closer in Vegas calling me, dude, how do I get on Joey's jobs? Because they sit, right? That's what you want for your jobs. If you're not sitting, it's because you're not spending enough time with your customers. You're not getting in the door. You're not taking a few minutes to talk to them about their dog or their family or whatever's going on. You're not having fun. Really, truthfully, it's all about fun. Your sit-downs is all going to be about fun. If you are comfortable and you're having fun and you like people, your jobs are going to sit down. If you're treating this like a job, yeah, I got to get this done, I got to tell you what's going on, and blah, 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 and this is what solar is, and if you're treating it like that, your jobs aren't going to sit. Take some time to love your people. Love them and they will sit down. If you are setting a one-legger, make sure you leave a note for the husband. Hey, husband, my name's Steve. We stopped by, talked to your wife about solar a little bit. I'll be super excited about what it could do for your family. Again, this is like no obligation or anything like that. They're just going to show you what solar would look like. I think your guys' house would be a great candidate for it. Thanks, Steve. You got any questions, please call me. Me and your wife want to make sure that you are included in this. Something like that, right? Leave a note. One thing that Adam Riggs does right now is he sends a text message at the end of the night to every single person he sets a lead with. Hey, thanks for letting me stop by today. It was super cool to meet your family. You guys are super cool. I think solar is going to be really good on your roof. Some sort of text message, right? So there's a lot of things you can do. But if you care about people, they'll sit down. If you don't care about people, they won't sit down. So make sure that these are your 4 numbers. All 4 numbers are important. There's some other things you'll learn throughout there, but that's the important part. Okay? All right, moving on. I want to go through a few scenarios of in your guys' pitch. A lot of you guys are going to be using kind of a fairly simple pitch, like hey, we're in the area, a lot of people are doing this, we're going to be out here Tuesday, which day works best for you? If that's the way, I would stick with that script, but you definitely want to have a backup script in case the customer initially is not interested, or initially doesn't want anything to do with you, or the pitch gets hard, or whatever. And I want to kind of go through those steps. Number 1, you've got your door approach. This is kind of in your script, guys. You've got your door approach. So the door approach portion, I want to talk through each portion. What does a good door approach look like? Well, number 1, you want to be knocking that door. You want to take a few steps back. You want to be standing sideways. You want to give, maybe you want to stand sideways with your shirt like this so people can see. And really when I say door approach, I'm really talking about your initial, I forget what they call that. What's it called? Your first impression. This is your door approach, your first impression. If you're standing sideways, why standing sideways on the doors helps? I don't know, but it does. So stand sideways, knock your door, stand sideways. You're going to be maybe looking at your binder. You're going to be looking off in the distance. Guys, one thing, as it gets harder, a lot of other markets do this. Californian markets have got more difficult. They'll wear like a construction vest, right? They'll wear a construction vest and maybe with a tape measure, whatever, and have their binder and be looking off in the distance, because people will answer the door almost every single time if you're wearing a construction vest. Now, if you're having to do that, cool. If you're not doing that yet, or if you are, or if it's not necessary yet, that's okay too. It doesn't matter to me. Just something that's helped people in other markets that have been more saturated. But your door approach is your initial, hey, so they answer the door, hey, how's it going? So you want to make sure that during your door approach, you're calm and your tones are calm. If nobody likes, hey, how are you? Good. My name's Jared. I'm here with Brio Energy. I'm just blah, 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 blah. It's not genuine, right? You've got to be calm. Your tones have to be calm, and you want to be genuine. You want to act like you've done this 100,000 times, okay? You want to act like, hey, or you just want to be normal. They answer the door, hey, how's it going? I'm Jared, I work with Brio Energy. Hey, we're going to be out, whatever your script is, right? But keep it calm, keep the tones calm, keep it genuine, okay? Be yourself. I really believe in today's age where everything's on a cell phone and everybody's on their stuff all day long, people aren't having genuine contact with other human beings. And if you go in there, hey, how's it going? That's not genuine. They don't like that. People are out on that. Be yourself. If you yourself are really, and if you are kind of a loud person, then be loud. If you kind of calm, be calm. Whoever you are normally, that's who you want to be on the phone, and that's who you want to be, and that's who you want to be in your door approach. Okay, so you get in your door approach, you're going to talk about the bandwagon effect. Hey, this is what everybody's doing. This is how we're doing it. It's just a part of the pitch. This is what everybody's doing. This is why we're in the neighborhood. A lot of your neighbors this, a lot of your neighbors that. And we're going to go right into, from talking to you, I talked to Dan and your other guys' superiors. You guys are kind of going straight to a close, kind of as quickly as you can to close and see if they want to take an appointment. And this is kind of your perfect scenario. This is kind of your golden customer. Guys, if the customer is golden, move through that thing. Don't waste time handling concerns. Don't bring up concerns that are going to give them more concerns. If it's going smooth and they're interested, move them in, right? I just want to make sure that if you have a golden customer, make sure that when you close, that, hey, we just set an appointment. We'll be here 4 to 6. What time works best for you? If that works, still make sure to get in. Still make sure to say, hey, cool, we got this appointment set up for you. I just have some things I need to write down for you real quick. Is there somewhere that I can write a few things down for you real quick? Sure, come on in. Sit down, talk with them. Make sure that they know you care. Make sure they know that you like them. Make sure they know that you're engaged with them. Because you have an easy sale now. Make sure it turns into an easy sit down. Because if you simply, oh yeah, we're over here, 4 to 6, sure, 4 to 6, whatever. Well, oh hey, see you guys later, goodbye. Like, that job is not going to sit. Take some time, get to know them, set the appointment, have a good time with them. If people have fun with you, they will sit down. Okay, let's move on. I want to talk a little bit now about if the customer is difficult. Because if the customer is difficult, you're going to probably have to take a little bit different of an approach to this, where you're going to start with your door approach. And again, we're talking scripts right now, so I'm kind of just trying to give you a framework of what you can do to create a pitch for yourself, a pitch that works for you, or one that you've seen work, or maybe you've got someone else's that you want to use. But I'm going to kind of give you guys more of the customer has an initial no, because I think that doesn't go as smooth, and you're going to have a few more things to do. So first, you're going to have your door approach. Hey, how's it, you stand sideways, knock the door, they come out. Hey, how's it going? I'm with this, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, we're not interested. You're the 5th guy that stopped by. Okay, that's totally, I get it, right? Or hey, you know what, we're interested. Somebody came through here, oh no, I totally get it. I'll just tell you, I get that a lot to this neighborhood, but what I'm doing is completely different from them. I just get credit for explaining what's going on in the neighborhood. It just takes me a few minutes. How much are you guys paying on your power bill right now? So they're going to say, oh, $100. Most people, you guys, it'll be so funny when you start to get good at your initial no, because you're going to be like, I can't believe that works. Like, I can't believe that all I have to say is, oh, hey, I totally understand, and hey, how much you paying on your power bill? And they're going, oh, $100. Right back engaged, right? So it'll work. So let's act as if they had an initial no. Now, if they had an initial no, guys, you're probably not going to be able to shoot for that appointment so quickly. So what can we do? Number one, we want to, after our door approach, or after they answer our question, we want to do an initial pain cycle. And the initial pain cycle is your first real main sales point that you believe in the most, that you believe is the best sales point you have. So that might be rates are raising. Right? This is a pain point. It can create pain. Your customers' rates are raising. So after I go into my initial, real quick, what are you guys paying on your power bill? Oh, we're paying about $100, whatever. Oh, okay, cool. I'm going to then go into my initial pain cycle. And a pain cycle looks like this. Starts with a question, followed by the customer answering audibly. I don't care what the answer is then going to lead you to kind of a bandwagon, why everybody's doing this right now type of sentence, followed by an explanation of your sales point, and then leading you into pain relief, and I'll talk about pain relief in a second, leading you back to another question. Okay, I could have made a circle a little better. Anyways, so for instance, let's say I'm talking about rates are raising, guys. One thing that new sales reps make a mistake of is they explain, where experienced reps create pain. Okay? So what are you going to be? Are you going to be an explainer, or are you going to be a pain creator? So for instance, explaining is, oh, well, solar is really cool because blah, 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 blah. Nobody cares. I'm just being honest. Nobody cares. Don't explain, oh, well, your rates are raising? Well, here's the thing. The rates aren't going to raise anymore. It's going to be super awesome for you. Nobody cares. In order for somebody to care about a pain point, it has to be done like this. So I might say something like this. I'll just go through a quick pain cycle for you on rates are raising. I'll also do summer rates for you. Summer rates being more expensive. So let's go through these real quick. So I might say something like, hey, Mr. Customer, how much are you guys paying on your power bill again? They said, hey, I'm not interested, blah, blah. Hey, what are you guys paying on your power bill? Oh, we're paying about $100. Okay, awesome. Well, let me tell you exactly why they have us out here today. In this area, I talked to a lot of people who have kind of one of two problems. Number one, they have the problem where either they've seen their rates just significantly increasing over the last few years, Or we have it more where people are actually using less power. Maybe somebody moved out, or maybe they're more efficient. Maybe they got new refrigerators and stuff like that. They're more efficient, but their bill is exactly the same. So even though they got more efficient, they didn't save any money. Which one would you guys fall more into? Are your guys' rates raising, or are you guys staying the same but being way more efficient? Which one would you guys be? Oh yeah, my daughter moved out and my refrigerators are all redone. We got a new washer and dryer, and my bill is still exactly what it was before. I'm going to say, hey, I totally understand that. That's one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people in this area right now have been going solar, is because of the exact problem that you guys are talking about right now. With the new solar systems and stuff like that, really the rates are at a locked rate, so they don't increase anymore. So if you guys get more efficient, you start to see savings on your bill, which is super cool. So, and again, lastly, you guys wouldn't have to deal with that anymore. So you wouldn't have to deal with that anymore is a way of pain relief. There's something in a person's head that when you walk them through pain and relieve it, they'll want to make a change. If you simply just say, like let's say I was selling cereal to you, and I said, hey, this new cereal is super awesome, right? You're like, okay, whatever. Like, hey, let's go buy this new cereal, it's super awesome. Now, if we were friends, you might do that. But the average person walking down the street, hey, Golden Grams is great, right? Like, okay, cool, whatever, right? They don't care. Now, if I say to them, hey, I know how you guys are eating Captain Crunch right now. Hey, a lot of people feel like it's like kind of like Freddy Krueger in your mouth. Have you guys ever felt that way? Yeah, my freaking mouth gets all jacked up. Cool. That's why everybody's now eating Golden Grams, because Golden Grams doesn't do that to you, so you guys wouldn't have to deal with that anymore. This sounds funny, but guys, you can sell anything that way. If you can do a proper pain cycle, you can sell anything. Let's do summer rates real quick. Summer rates. So hey, Mr. Customer, one thing that a lot of people have noticed in your area, I don't know if you guys noticed this as well, but a lot of people have noticed that during the summer, people's bills are much, much higher. Have you guys noticed that? Yeah, we have noticed that. It's freaking the worst. Okay, cool. There's a couple reasons why it is. One, we use more power in the summer, but also a really big reason why people power bills are so much higher in the summer is because the rates increase during the summer. Rocky Mountain Power knows more people are going to use power, so they jack up the rates during the summer, which causes you to have a higher power bill. So that's one of the biggest reasons why a lot of people around here have been going solar, is because with solar, your rate is locked in. There is no summer rate that's going to jack you over. And also, one thing that's cool is solar produces more in the summer. So you actually don't pay any of those higher summer power bills anymore. So you guys don't have to deal with that anymore, which is awesome. Okay, so that's a couple examples of what a pain cycle looks like. Are you out there explaining, or are you out there creating pain? Okay? Now, you guys have a bunch of sales points on your sheets and stuff like that. Use them properly. Ask good questions. Get the customer to say yes. Get them on the bandwagon, explain it, and relieve that pain. You're going to see when you do this 2, 3, 4 times in a presentation, by the end of the presentation, you guys are going to be best friends. They're going to go from, no, we're not interested, right, to, oh, dude, yeah, I get that. My summer bill sucks. Oh, yeah, my rates are raising. Yeah, right now I'm renting power. I'm not putting any money towards a power system, right? There's so many good sales points that you guys have. You've got to learn how to get them out and get them out properly. Okay, so going from our initial pain cycle, that's going to take us to the sale. Next is your sales portion. And this is just 2 to 3 more pain cycles. Cycles, I can't spell. There we go. Whatever, cycles. 2 to 3 more good pain cycles is your sales portion. It's going to move you into a good sales portion, does those well. The next you're going to come into a promo. Some sort of promotion. Have some sort of exciting thing that's happening. Hey, because we're here right now, it doesn't cost anything for us to come out and show you exactly what's going on. I don't care what the promo is. You might use the year of free power. You might use whatever. There's different promos. Make sure right here, hey, we've got this special thing going on right now because of what we're doing, and that's how we're able to do this. Have a promo in your script, okay? Then recap everything. Recap your 3 or 4 sales points. Hey, so again, just to recap, here's a few of the reasons why people, no more summer rates. They don't have to deal with rates raising anymore. You get to own your own power system. Go through your recap. And so recap, hey, so just to recap, this is why a lot of people are going slow right now. Lastly, we're going to option close. If you are ending in, how does that sound? How about that? What do you think about that? Just know your customers are going to say, I need to think about it, regardless of what you're doing. If you option close, they won't. Hey, so we're going to be out here all day tomorrow and the next day. If we were to stop by and talk to you about solar, which day would be better for you, Tuesday or Wednesday? Thursday or Friday? Friday or whatever it is, right? Oh yeah, Friday would probably work for us. Okay, on Friday I've got some time slots in the morning, afternoon. Well, I've got some slots in the afternoon and the evening. Which time slot's going to work best for you? Well, I get off at 3 o'clock. Okay, cool. I've got a slot at 4. Does 4 o'clock work for you that day? Cool, that sounds good. Okay, so we've got our option close. Then we're going to move into get in the door and build rapport, call it in, right? But make sure to get in. Option close and get in. And make sure you have a script to get in. Okay, cool. We got 4 o'clock is perfect. All I need to do is just have somewhere that I can step in and write a few things down for you, and we can get this called in and schedule an appointment. Does that sound fair? Whatever you know, or like, hey, do you have a space so we can just write and maybe just go for it. But regardless, ask to get in. Super important. Last thing I want to talk about, guys, before I get off on this, I want to talk about shell shocked. I'm going to write it right here. Somewhere along the line, you're going to have a customer come out and yell at you for whatever. You might even have a customer who, when you say, hey, do you have somewhere I can sit down and write this down for you? They're going to go, no, whatever, no, whatever. People say no. You cannot sell everybody. One thing that I find in a lot of new reps is someone will say no somewhere along the line, and so they'll just stop asking. Well, I asked this guy to go in his house, in their head. I asked this guy to go in the house, and he said no, and he was weirded out, and I didn't like that, and he didn't like that, and so I'm never doing that again. Guys, you're playing the percentages. If you don't ask to get in, your jobs will not sit. If that guy says no, good, you lost the deal anyways. Like, you would have lost the deal anyway, so it's not a big deal. Don't get shell-shocked. Don't change the principles that you know are going to make you sell because of one guy who didn't agree with that. Because once you start trying to sell that one guy, you lose everybody else. Don't focus on the one grumpster or whatever. Never set your pitch up for grumpsters. Set your pitch up for golden people. People that, if you can overcome their initial no, are interested. That's the type of pitch you want to set up, not for grumpy grump. I hate, like, it's a waste of time. You're not going to sell grumpy grump anyways. And he is, because you start trying to focus on him and sell him, you're going to lose everything else that you do. Well, guys, I hope these 3 videos help. I hope these 3 trainings have helped you. I hope that you guys go out and make a lot of money. If you follow the videos and the things that I've said in these 3 videos, you will make a lot of money. This will be the best opportunity that you've had. There's so many opportunities for growth, opportunities to go in our company and things. Not only that, personal growth. If you do these things, you're going to feel so much better about your life. You're going to start to have better relationships. You're going to start to understand people better. You're going to understand a whole lot of things that are super important for you to be successful. I hope that you're willing to fail enough to get through it. Because once you come out the other side, you will be successful, you will make money, and you will fully understand why everybody's not successful. That piece of information, when it was given to me, was one of my most cherished pieces of information. Why people are successful, why people aren't successful. And I learned that in door-to-door sales, and you can too. Okay, again, hope you liked my videos. That's the end.